Howdy. Yeah, I'm still working on the engine. Big surprise. I have done some work in here. I'll tell you that there were 4 bolts underneath the pan here that came from the palm of the propeller strut, which sits directly beneath the engine. Those 4 bolts were up too high, and setting the engine down would have caused rubbing on those bolts. So there was problem number 1. Normally it would have fit, the old engine would have fit, but there was a little curve in the pan. Again, this engine is longer than the old one. All the other dimensions smaller. I got this spool attachment from the transmission to the Walter V drive, about $300 for that thing, and they are right proud of it. I want to tell you that. It's not the best piece of machining I've ever seen. Lots of voids in the welds. Also, I wanted to point out, this is the trunk of the center board. The reason why I have such a really nice freeboard is I have a center board that lifts up out of the way. Now, the V drive, which is a horrendous mistake, in my opinion, and many others, is a 22-degree V drive. The prop comes in from down here through the stern tube, and the seal comes into the V drive and forms a 22 degree with the drive shaft. This is on a slope, and if you notice, these two don't quite mate. I have the engine as low in the back as I can, or as low as I can, and as low in the front as I can. So what this may entail is cutting, well, not cutting, but moving the V drive back 3 or 4 inches. This is on a slope. This will raise the V drive in relation to the engine and may get this to mate up. It's only a half inch. I'm not certain about the angle. There are a couple of other minor problems. One is the exhaust riser, which is actually sticking into the cab, the salon, but this can be changed. The biggest problem is this alignment here. And the other option, I suppose, would be to cut out the old engine bed completely, cut the bottom out of the boat, move the strut for the prop, settle the engine down a little bit further, an inch, and that's all I need is an inch or 2, and it fits. Another option would be to take the old Perkins Westerbeek 4108, that's a standard engine, there are thousands of them around, and rebuild it. Now, I have yet to pull that engine apart. That's the one in the back of my truck. I have yet to pull it apart to find out what's the deal and what it would entail. I think the top is okay. I think the top end, the cylinder head and the exhaust and everything else, I think is all right. And put this thing on eBay, having never started it. That's an option too. And another option is a match and a can of gasoline. But the guys here at the shop might not appreciate that too much. Oh, a couple of pieces of fair news. You remember I did the water heater back behind me here. Lord have mercy. The water heater. Well, I tried it. Let's see if I can get up without hurting myself. Remember when I said this place was a disaster? Yeah, I tried the water heater and it's cold. Oh man, what is going on? It's cold. I try the water. It's cold. The pump's working. It's cold. What's the deal? Well, the installer made an amateur mistake. He put the cold water on the right and the hot water on the left. So, or vice versa. Anyway, it's plumbed backwards. I got plenty of hot water. Works great. So I need to reassemble all that. So there's one good thing that I did. The binnacle, I don't know if anybody would be interested in me tearing an Edson binnacle apart. They're kind of entertaining, but the biggest problem with them is it's cast aluminum, and my advice is to get into it often. Use Loctite and keep those steel and aluminum parts moving past each other, or you're going to end up with a big headache. The other thing is the way this is positioned here. If you see the way this binnacle is situated right in front of the companionway, that's one of the things that you grab when you're trying to get out. So it's getting this all the time, and it has worked itself loose in the deck, and there's a leak out there or two. So that's the news. I need to go back, think on this a little bit. Either way I look at it, it's going to be an expensive fix. Time consuming and expensive. And I have to sort of reevaluate what's going on here. Anyway, I'm going to take you outside. I know it's running long, but it's such a beautiful day out here. Try not to stick your face in the sun, but it really is a beautiful day. Yeah, see, I'm grabbing a hold of the binnacle now. And the boat is a wreck, but this is a nice Texas Gulf day. Most of the pollen is gone from the water. This water was a sheet of green pollen, or seeds rather, from the trees. It looks like duckweed, but it's not. It's seeds from all these shrubs and bushes around here. So, to make a long story short, that's the story on the engine, and I'm going to give up for the day. I'm tired and kind of discouraged. But it's a boat. See y'all.